Now, so let's talk about urine analysis. So the thing is that your urine can be an indicator of your health. So why? Remember, metabolites end up in urine. I mean, it does end up in feces as well, but this is easier to collect, right? So this is why urine is a very, you might have to do a urine sample even if you're not getting drug tested. Because again, all the body compounds in your body eventually filter out through your kidneys and also your liver as well. So if it's water soluble, these compounds can end up in your urine. Now, just by looking at this, clear urine and cloudy urine, which do you think is healthy? Which one looks more similar to yours? Yeah, if looks more like this, better call it urgent care, right? All right, because why? Again, your urine should be clear, like you should be able to read something through it. So clear or no color, well, again, you might have a high water intake, but the thing is that cloudy, yeah, infections. So this is what's causing cloudiness. Something is suspended, so it's like dirty water. We have all the dirt particles, but now when you have this cloudy, it might be increased white blood cells like neutrophils. Again, a lot of neutrophils die in the bowel process, or even worse, if it's like bacterial infections, it could cause cloudiness as well. Again, all these cells absorb light and scatter them. That's why it looks very gross, and yeah, that's really nasty. Also a high protein diet too. So one time I was like, oh, one time I think I was eating too much protein, and I was like, oh crap, it was looking a little cloudy. But then I checked with my PCP and said, no, you just have proteinuria. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of bad too. And then we did more testing, and then he said, we may cut down on protein, and it cleared up. But yeah, if it looks like that, you might want to drink more cranberry juice. So again, you do cloudy looks very obviously unhealthy, right? But it's not just about appearance and cloudiness, also color as well. So dehydration. If you're at the Stan Sheriff, you've probably seen this in the bathroom. At least they had it in the guys' bathroom. But the color urine chart. So it's saying why the darker, the more dehydrated. So you want to be above in this range. So why? Again, remember, urobilins, that yellow pigment. So if you're losing water due to dehydration, that concentrates the pigment, the color gets brighter and more vivid. So again, if you're dehydrated, that's why your urine gets very darker and darker and darker. Or things like bile and other liver diseases, they tend to make it darker, but if it's a low concentration, it can look like the more extreme ends of the dehydration spectrum. But again, you don't want to end up like having urine like this, so stay hydrated. But if you're hydrated and you have this, again, call urgent care, talk to your physician immediately. Dark brown urine. So again, now we're going past dark yellow and now we're going all the way to brown. So liver and kidney disease and hepatitis we did cover earlier in the semester. Remember those urobilins, then urobilinogen? And remember how like stercobilin, that's the brown pigment that should be in your feces, but what happens if your bilirubin still circulates throughout your body? Well, if it gets converted to stercobilin and filters out through your kidneys, then it turns your urine brown. And this is a less, it's still pretty, I mean, you can see this is way, 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 way dark. So this is due to bilirubin in the urine. But if it's, yeah, if you saw, go back to the previous slides and see that dark, like when my friend said he had hepatitis A, he said it looked like Coca-Cola. And why? Again, all of those bilirubin and metabolites were dark brown, stercobilin metabolites were ending up in his urine instead of in his feces. And muscle damage as well. So if you have a friend that likes to do CrossFit, they probably are familiar with this term. Rhabdomyolysis, and myo referring to muscles, lysis again referring to breaking and rupturing. And this is what happens when you overtrain. If your muscles don't have enough time to repair itself, this is what happens. They burst, they start tearing apart. And it's now it's all hemorrhaging all this myoglobin, and this is what causes the dark color right here. So this is due to your muscle tissue not getting enough time to repair and breaking apart, releasing the metabolites, tinting your urine dark brown. So yeah, if you have a friend that does CrossFit, they'll tell you like, oh yeah, they know about this. Okay, so what color is this? Yeah, red or pinkish urine. So what other bodily fluid is red? Well, this one might be blood. So hematuria. So if there's blood in your urine, it might be like that. But things that sometimes if there's not enough blood, there's also if the red blood cells stay intact and don't lyse. And actually, that's really bad because again, red blood cells should not filter out through your glomerulus. Those pores are too small. But sometimes you can end up with yellow urine that still has blood. But if the red blood cells are intact, you have to look at it under a microscope. And if you see red blood cells in urine, that's like, ooh, somehow this person must have really damaged kidneys. But things that just like foods, not necessarily something bad. So if you eat, I've never eaten enough to actually get this effect, but beets may something to do in quarantine or lockdown. But yeah, supposedly you can eat enough beets and blackberries or things that like compounds that have a lot of red pigment and get red pinkish urine. But yeah, I've never seen that personally. And how about this? Yeah, so here we have riboflavin and bright yellow or orange. So if you drink a lot of energy drinks, or even so, this is rich in B vitamins. B vitamins such as riboflavin, they tend to be bright yellow. That's why if you look at Monster, it's also artificial dyes, but this is also why Monster drinks tend to be pretty bright yellow, right? And even things dietary sources as well, like vitamin C. This can also cause bright yellow and orange. Again, going in through your up through in your GI tract, being absorbed in your GI tract, and then going through your liver and circulation, filtering out through your kidneys into your urine. And the thing is that B vitamins. This is why Monster can get away with like hundreds or 200 times your or not 100 or 100 200% of your recommended value because it's very easy to put these in urine. But this is again, if you drink a lot of these, why your urine might end up fluorescent yellow. So again, not coincidentally, water soluble.